In the dead of night, a gang of thugs kicked the door hard. They came to collect a debt. The girl, though terrified, risked everything to protect her daughter, but they quickly overpowered her. Denluman not only wanted to collect the debt but also to break her spirit when he saw her strong soul. Just then, a hand stopped him. It was the angel. But wait, didn't he die earlier? What's going on? Let's rewind a bit. Soft crying echoed in the darkness. Mom, Mom, I need you. The angel's wife, in pain, clung to his leg. Angel, you bastard. Hon Hon is your daughter. How could you use her to pay off your debts? I'll take on extra work to cover what you owe Mr. Hu. Meanwhile, Hon Hon, being carried by him, cried out nonstop at the debt collectors. Mom, Mom. That's why Angel snapped, annoyed. The little money you make isn't even enough for me to gamble a few rounds. Don't you know what kind of guy Mr. Hu is? After saying that, he grabbed her hair, widened his cold eyes, and warned, if we don't pay up, tomorrow he'll tear us apart and sell us for cash. He glared. Get lost. Hon Hon watched her mom lying flat on the floor, crying. Mom, Mom. The angel's wife stood up, snatched her daughter, and said, give me my child. She wiped her tears quickly and approached Angel, full of blame and insults. Then she grabbed his shoulder, shouting, give me my daughter. She pushed hard to snatch the girl away. Suddenly, Angel stepped on a beer bottle on the floor. He slipped, flailed, and fell down. The house fell silent. Angel hit his head on the floor and died a ridiculous death. His wife silently hugged Hon Hon tight. The little girl screamed in fear. Mom, I'm scared. She hurried to soothe the terrified child. Hon Hon, don't cry, it's okay. Suddenly, a loud kick on the door. You reckless bastard, and bam, time's up, get your ass out here. He glanced at Angel's body on the floor, smirking. Angel's corpse lay sprawled among broken beer bottles. The thug growled, and bam, what stunt are you pulling this time? Pretending to be dead? Even dead, you gotta pay up. He looked at Angel's wife. Right? The girl stood up, faced them, and shouted to draw attention. Scram, all of you. Scram, you thugs, you bastards. That's why the neighbors got curious and looked inside. The thug glared angrily. What are you staring at? We're just causing trouble, no, collecting debts legally. Scram, a nearby neighbor calmly spoke up. Collecting debts but involving kids? Is there even any law left? The thug sneered. You old man want to save face for them or what? He pointed right at the man, who got scared. You think I won't bring people to keep order outside and collect the money? The neighbor quickly turned away, forgetting his soup was boiling. Everyone, disperse, break it up. The thug turned back. Girl, let's continue. Angel's wife, terrified, grabbed a knife to threaten. Don't come any closer. She spoke firmly. If anyone steps forward, I'll die fighting. The gang laughed loudly at the scene. The thug stepped forward. When I play with knives. He snatched the knife from her hand before she could react, leaving her stunned. Behind her, he grabbed Angel's wife's hand, ready to teach her how to handle a knife. Then he ripped her shirt hard. She screamed in panic. The henchman cheered. Boss, that's some skill. The thug froze, staring at the scene as she frantically covered her chest. The thug got a light lick on the knife, and Bam Diep then was the best at messing with women. Suddenly, he froze. It turned out little Hon Hon was biting his leg. He yelled angrily, get that brat away. Mr. Hui said not to hurt her. Another thug carried the crying girl away. Mom! Angel's wife panicked, shouting, Hon Hon! No choice. She bowed and begged. I beg you, spare my daughter. Just spare her, and I'll do whatever you want. She's still just a child. The thug laughed smugly. You dare bargain with me? Listen up. I'm taking everything. She cried, staring at him. You're scum, doing all these evil things. Aren't you afraid of karma? He smirked, eyeing her body. Then tell karma to show up. Slap. He struck Angel's body hard. Everyone was stunned by the strange scene. A hand grabbed the thug's wrist. Angel's wife panicked. Angel. The thug jerked back, shouting, Ting Tu Than. Angel stared at the thug. This body was nearly dead from blood loss, weak. In critical condition, he had to act fast. He said sternly, I'm giving you one chance. Release the child and have your men retreat immediately. He glared threateningly, Scram. The other thugs looked at him confused, while the one facing him stayed silent. Suddenly, he burst out laughing. Hey, are you dead or just stupid? He gripped the knife tightly. You really think you can just say scram and get away with it? If you're craving to stab me, I'll take you down first. The angel swiftly grabbed Han's knife hand. His eyes blazed brightly, like he was powered by a system from the afterlife, the angel's chant echoing. His power radiated intensely, his potential fully unleashed. He squeezed Han's hand hard. using all his strength to twist the wrist. The thug screamed in pain. The angel's wife stared in shock. The thug's crew couldn't believe their eyes, even feeling a bit scared to face him. The thug stammered, "You!" Another thug holding Hon Hon shouted, "Not enough that you're dead? You dare touch me? Try me again." The angel decisively punched the thug, overpowering him. Han bled from the corner of his mouth, thrown into the thug's crew looking pitiful. One thug helped Han up. "Boss, he really dared to fight back." The thug stepped forward, pointing at him. "Brothers, take him down." Han looked bewildered. "Look at those scared little guys running away." The thug grumbled, "Damn it, no loyalty at all." Han clapped the thug's shoulder. "Brother, true loyalty still exists." Then he pointed at the angel, ordering his men. "You, go handle him. I'll promote you when you get back." The thug awkwardly ran off. "Boss, I'll inform An Hui to send backup." The thug called back. "Hey." The thug gloomily stared at the ground, apparently soiling himself a bit. Han slowly looked up, unexpectedly seeing the angel in front of him. "Damn." Han stammered. Angel, 00, Master, offending An Hui. Do you know the consequences?" The angel coldly glared at Han, saying, "Scram." Han obediently bowed. "Yes, sir." As he rushed out the door, he yelled, "Just wait, if you're tough, don't run." Only 3 people left in this house. The angel's wife panicked. "Angel, you." Hon Hon's voice echoed in the dark. "Mommy, mommy." The wife, worried, hugged the girl. "Sorry, Hon Hon, mommy made you suffer." The wife turned back to warn, and they quickly packed to leave, knowing if they delayed, they'd have to come back. Mother and daughter looked at him with tears, and he stared back intently. She asked softly, "What about you?" He replied, "I'm fine." Suddenly, his body froze. The old man slumped, wasted from overtraining, wounds controlled by divine will. He rolled his eyes in pain. She supported him to keep him from fainting, but couldn't hold on much longer. The angel's wife hurried to help. "Angel, what's wrong? Hey, don't scare me like that." His voice trembled, begging, "Please help me, Sister Thuong." She quickly responded, "Sister Thuong, there's no money left for the hospital. I'll borrow some from the neighbors." He raised a hand. "No need for trouble." He pulled her close. "Just follow my instructions." Hon Hon stopped glaring at them. The little girl smiled. "Mommy, what are you two doing?" They both turned to her. The angel's wife shyly answered, "Mom and Dad are playing family games." The girl excitedly ran over, wanting to join. But she raised a hand to stop her. "Hon Hon, it's bedtime." The wife gently scolded, "Go to bed right now, okay? Tomorrow, Mom and Dad will play with you again." The girl watched them carefully. Since Hon Hon was naturally obedient, she listened and climbed into bed. "Do I need a blanket?" The wife blushed a bit. "Sleep now. Don't get up unless I call you." The girl smiled brightly. "Yes." The angel said, "Let's start." She agreed immediately. "Okay." He pressed lightly on her hips. "Stop at the great vital point, kidney shoe." She yelped from sensitivity, just missing the bed. He pressed her soles next. Overstimulated, her seductive instincts surfaced. "What time is it?" And he's still at this. The angel kissed his wife wildly. Leaving her confused, he seemed like a different person. Despite her thoughts, she closed her eyes and accepted his kiss. Enough already. If he hadn't chased off those thugs, this family would have been wrecked for sure. He clasped his hands, casting healing magic, rare pills for wounds, using the divine meridian method balancing yin and yang. He rubbed his hands, yin and yang harmonizing. She dreamily hugged his shoulder, fiery aura flaring. A strange chi flowed from her mouth, absorbed by him, purifying flesh and blood, severing corruption, defying life and death. The angel's wounds healed. Elsewhere, a muscular man clenched his fist tightly. Den Hui punched a sandbag hard. The bag swung but didn't stop. Blood splattered from inside. Hui watched with delight. Using a human as a sandbag feels so satisfying. The person inside groaned. "Hui, brother Hui, you promised if I calmed down a bit, you'd spare my wife and kid. A man's gotta keep his word." Hui turned away, blood dripping from the sandbag. "I'm known for doing what I say." He cursed at the sandbag without a care. But this anger, not even close to satisfied. "Guess I gotta sell your wife and kid off to northern Myanmar for kidneys." The person inside the sandbag screamed miserably as the rain poured non-stop. "That bastard, always up to no good, will definitely get what's coming." Meanwhile, Hui wiped sweat off his brow, grinning with excitement. Suddenly, his subordinates rushed over shouting, "Boss Hui!" The scared guy stammered, We couldn't bring him back." Excitement drained. Hui's mood soured. He took off the scarf around his neck, angrily warning, "I'm no rookie. I told everyone before we left." He raised his fist to punch the sandbag. That girl is exactly what the big boss behind me ordered. Instead of just threatening, he punched hard, making the person inside fall out. No mistakes allowed. The henchman looked terrified, sweating bullets, fearing they'd be the next ones getting wrecked. Blood poured from the sandbag, but Hui didn't care. Yelling at his men, "You guys are a bunch of useless trash. Can't even handle some lousy broker?" He got more pissed, deepening the frown on his forehead. A quick-witted subordinate reported, "Boss Hu, it's that Tin Tooth guy. Thought he was dead, but suddenly he came back to life. He's insanely strong. None of us stand a chance. Our big bro even had his arm crushed by him." Yet Hui said nothing. Stepping up to the guy, Hui smacked him once. His massive, muscular frame dominated the other, then asked, "How'd he crush it?" He gently grabbed the guy's hand, giving him a look full of twisted affection. "First, it was like this," the guy stammered, "Boss Hui." Then he showed how it was, squeezing hard without mercy, his eyes bulging in pain. Hui glared at the subordinate. "I don't keep useless underlings. Drag him out." The guy was pulled away, crying and begging just to stay alive. "Boss Hui, please spare me. Give me one more chance." Hui got serious, weapon in hand. "Come with me to capture him," the henchmen answered in unison. Inside the small house, heavy breathing echoed. The angel's wife breathed heavily in a daze, clutching him tightly. The angel said, "Thanks so much for saving my life." Noticing her husband acting strange, she questioned, "You're not him." She recalled, "He was never this gentle, nor would he make my body feel so weird." Then she demanded, "Who are you?" Hearing this, the angel replied, "I'm an immortal from the higher realm, cast down by fate." He explained, "This person, the angel, is a mortal vessel I hide among humans. Recalling the past, when he was severely injured and his soul shattered, I entered his body." She widened her eyes in shock. "You're saying you're a god?" He looked her straight in the eye. "Exactly." Suddenly a childish voice called out, "Mom, are you and Dad done playing?" Hon sat up surprised. "Can I get up now? I'm starving." The angel's wife gently said, "Get up quickly, I'm cooking for you." He comforted her. "It took a while, bear with us." Their stomachs growled loudly. She covered her mouth, smiling. "Even immortals gotta eat, right?" The angel quickly apologized. "Sorry for being rude." She stood up. "You sit here, I made a portion for you too." He nodded. "All right." The angel's wife dropped noodles into the pot. Hon watched closely. "Are we having hanging noodles today? Can I get an egg too?" The angel's wife happily agreed. "Sure, one egg for you." The angel stared quietly at the peaceful scene, thinking about how he trained hard since childhood, cutting off emotions, abandoning attachments, reaching enlightenment after thousands of years. He thought to himself, "My heart should be calm like still water, so why am I feeling this joy? His heart beat a little faster as he wondered, "Is this what family feels like?" The angel was delighted, loving it. Just as he was enjoying the warm moment, a punch shattered their door. No way, it was Hui, leading his rough-looking henchman inside. He greeted, "Hello." The angel's wife panicked, dropping her bowl of noodles. The bowl hovered midair, about to fall. But luckily, he caught it just in time to talk about clutch. He warily asked her, "Who's that?" "Still scared," she stammered. He's Boss Hui." Hui grinned wickedly, looking at them with fierce anger. Hon clung to her mom. "Mom, I'm scared." But in that moment, the angel showed no fear, even grabbed a chopstick of noodles and said, "Don't be scared. I'm cured now. No one can hurt you." Then he slurped up the delicious food. Hui had to speak first, standing behind him and asking, "You're the broker under that old man named Tin Tooth, right?" He glanced sideways, poking at Hu's pride. "That's right, now scram. I might still spare you." Suddenly, a punch came flying at him. The angel was stunned. "No way, this guy." Hui punched him backward. He fell straight to the ground. Hui punched hard. The sidekick died from talking too much. The angel's wife and Hon screamed in panic. "Hubby, Dad," Hui smiled. "Can't even clean up this trash? You're embarrassing me. Take him away." A henchman asked. "Boss, what about the big one?" He casually replied. "Handle them however you want, but bury them all when you're done." The henchman grinned. "Thanks for the reward, Hui." Hui chuckled and walked toward Hon and the angel's wife. They hugged and screamed, "Hubby! Dad!" Suddenly, a strike made the henchman wince in pain. The angel appeared from behind and hit Han. He landed gently, the angel's wife beaming. "Ah, master." Hui puffed on his cigarette. "That kid's got some skills." He silently assessed him. Han's strength was way beyond normal. The angel stood firm against Hui, his whole body radiating something unusual. Hui dropped his cigarette and stared in shock. Hui threw a punch. "I underestimated you." The angel dodged, but another punch came flying. He looked back, the mother and child rushed to block it. He looked at his hand. Crap, my arm's out. Hui smirked. I think I just heard a crack. He raised his fist again. This punching bag. He pummeled the angel. Made of human flesh, that's best. He grinned wickedly. Good, it can block 80% of my punches. Don't you dare pass out before I reach my limit. The angel gritted his teeth, blocking the attacks. This guy's strikes were fast, precise, and powerful. His weak body didn't know how long it could last. He stared at him, suddenly realizing, right, I forgot I could use that move. Then he raised 2 fingers. No need for aura. Pointing to his forehead, his chi burst out wildly. No need for a super strong body. The angel focused on his technique. Angelic mind, divine focus, martial performance. His glowing eyes opened, creating a mental space in his brain where a moment stretched for 10 years. A flurry of martial arts stances appeared rapidly, both countering the enemy and simulating super-fast training in his mind. Suddenly, Hui showed up. Look at that stance. Without hesitation, he swung a fist at the angel. 10 years of martial performance. You trying to pull some instant teleport in Dragon Bona? Then, he cast magic, activating his glowing eyes, mastering his fists, and channeling power. Calm as ever, the angel lightly dodged the punch. Surprised by this, Hui exclaimed, "What the hell?" Regaining composure, he swung again. Still, the angel blocked and countered with a move. 20 years of martial performance. Merging strike and flow. That move flushed Hui's face red. Damn it. Now at his limit, Hui snapped, "I'm gonna cripple you completely." But when he kicked, the angel kicked back. He stepped back, took a stance, performing 30 years of martial performance. Master of fist techniques. Perfect form. Because of underestimating him, Hui got hit with a chosen attack. Overwhelming defense. King's Peak. The henchmen stared wide-eyed. Boss high. One quickly ordered, "Everyone charge, chop him up, kill him for the boss." They stormed forward like a storm. But the angel's face barely flickered, performing 50 years of martial performance, ultimate martial enlightenment, foot technique mastery. He lightly sent a few henchmen flying like rag dolls. Hui still wouldn't back down, threatening. What do you want? You know who's backing me, right?" The angel didn't even bother replying. Powerful heavenly eye. Hui clenched his teeth. "That's someone you wouldn't dare touch even with 10 lives. Still bragging, he said. "If you dare touch me." Then the angel cast magic. A red aura burst from Hui's body. No. His eyes glazed over in that thick red smoke. Hui collapsed, trembling and gasping. "How? Did you find out?" The angel calmly looked at what he pulled from Hui's body, realizing the truth. In his hand was a golden object with a strange symbol. It radiated a strange aura. Suddenly, a black mist seeped out from the golden card, with a fierce face growling non-stop, not friendly at all. The angel stayed silent, intently focusing on that thing. Then he furrowed his brow slightly, which made the red figure scream in fear. The angel calmly cast magic. A majestic Buddha figure appeared, radiating divine authority. Seeing this, it cowered in fear, no longer growling. Then the archangel burst out laughing. Pretty interesting. Bro Tram Chu watched quietly, thinking to himself, this is the Yin Mountain technique, the deadly copper slave. At the same time, the archangel recalled Hui, who forcefully drained his life essence through the grudging aura of the copper slave, pushing his combat power to unleash his full potential. He's actually 30 years old. No wonder when both of them fully unlock their potential, his body's potential still falls short. Whoever's behind him definitely isn't from the mortal realm. Then he calmly squatted down in front of the guy. Now the guy finally knew what fear was, begging nonstop. Please, not the priest, I mean, master, everyone's just trying to survive. I don't need you anymore. Ha, spare me. Then the archangel stepped closer, saying, get your lackeys out of here. Huai panicked and quickly replied, got it, got it. At that moment, Hon Hon happily ran over from behind, calling out, Dad. The little girl hugged the archangel tightly, sniffling, Dad, you're so handsome. Then Hon Hon gently kissed his cheek. Unexpectedly, it made the archangel 100% surprised, thinking, why does a simple kiss from a mortal kid feel so warm? After a while, he finally asked the girl, Dad, am I handsome? Hon Hon obediently replied, Then the archangel's wife stepped forward, saying, Master, we should run now. Her face flushed red as she stammered, yesterday, after you showed mercy to him, I forgot about Hui's situation. If you let him go, won't someone even stronger come after us? The archangel's wife suggested, we should quickly pack some stuff. But the archangel gently pulled her close and reassured her, don't worry, I let him go on purpose. Hearing that, his wife was surprised. Why? He didn't hide anything and explained everything. The chi in the mortal realm is very thin now. If we want to cultivate immortality, just meditating would take way too long. At the same time, the archangel spread his hands. The one behind him must be an immortal cultivator stuck in the mortal realm. Their meridians just happen to help us cultivate. That made the archangel's wife very skeptical. What about us? He firmly confirmed. Exactly. Do you want to cultivate immortality and reach enlightenment with me? Hearing that, Hon shook his hand gently. Dad, can cultivating immortality let us fly to the sky? He happily replied. Of course. The little girl laughed excitedly. Yay, yay! Hon wants to fly home with Dad. But the archangel's wife still hesitated a bit. So how should me and Hon cultivate? He seriously explained. Hon still has a prenatal body, a pure yin young miss. I'll make pills for her. She just needs to take them. The girl next to him was so excited she kept asking, Dad, do the pills taste good? Can you add some sugar? The archangel gently comforted his daughter. If you want it sweet, Dad will make it sweet for you. Hearing that, Hon said, Awesome, as long as it's sweet. Hon isn't picky. Today, the archangel looked at his wife. Our bodies are mature now. Prenatal is gone. Plus overindulgence has damaged our essence and kidneys. Only dual cultivation is the fastest path. He hugged her, making her blush. No time to waste. To face the upcoming enemy, we start right now. The archangel's wife shyly turned her face. Cultivating like this in broad daylight isn't great. Just then, Hon suddenly interrupted the awkward moment. Dad, Mom, you both have to cultivate seriously, okay? The girl happily ran off. Hon's going to play now. The archangel's wife carefully reminded her, Don't run too far. Then the girl turned her head back slightly. Is one afternoon enough? That question made the archangel's wife blush again. Standing in his arms, she gradually asked, Are we still keeping the old position? The archangel quickly replied, Of course. Then he swiftly flipped her over. Nope. At that moment, his wife looked at him suspiciously upside down. A thun. Your feet keep shaking. What are you planning? Everyone expected something hot, but the archangel was just stretching her. Calm down. Follow my lead. She groaned. No, no way. The archangel's wife tried her best. My back can't take it anymore. But the archangel gently comforted her, then propped himself on one hand. Don't worry. It'll feel better soon. He decisively mirrored her position, activating the dual cultivation rejuvenation technique. Their feet gently pressed together, yin and yang stimulating, cleansing the 5 organs. The archangel and his wife faced each other, mixing marrow to balance postnatal and prenatal energies. Gradually, the archangel's wife felt her whole body lighten, a warm, pleasant sensation flowing through her. She closed her eyes, letting it happen naturally, like a vivid image of a spinning wheel appearing clearly. She enjoyed it, feeling like soaking in a hot spring. In a glamorous city, Tu Diet sat in a bar with a hot girl. He held the woman close, singing nonstop. Let's learn how cats meow together, meow together. Little Diet happily sang romantic songs when suddenly Hui came running like crazy, shouting, I'm late. Seeing this, Han kept turning his face and asked, Little Hui, why are you rushing to find me? Did you bring the stuff already? If you don't say you love me, I'll call you out. At that moment, Hui knelt down, repeatedly apologizing. Sorry, boss. Then he explained the recent events smoothly. That girl's father somehow learned some crazy powerful technique. He was just a pervy old dude, but suddenly became so OP. Hui lowered his head awkwardly, sweat pouring down. I brought a whole crew, risking my life, yet still couldn't beat Han. After hearing everything, Little Diet got so mad he crushed the mic. Seeing things going south, Hui kept bowing, begging, Boss, please spare me. Boss, please. But Little Diet just smirked mockingly. Winning and losing is normal in battle. I'm fair with rewards and punishments, Little Hui. Han stood up, not forgetting to tightly hold the girl beside him. You've worked for me for years, your contributions deserve a reward. Then, without hesitation, he pushed her toward Hui, saying, Take her and have fun. The 100-eyed guy looked at the girl gratefully. Thanks for the reward, boss. On the other hand, Little Diet put on a sly face. Han raised his hand forward. In confusion, that hand was neatly placed on Hui's head. Now he truly felt endless fear. Ah, boss. Little Diet held Hui's head tight, not letting him resist. Why can't you move? Calmly, Hui replied. Boss said rewards and punishments are clear, so they are clear. He kept grinding his teeth in frustration while Little Diet's expression flipped 180 degrees. If you earn it, you get rewarded. It's fine if you don't bring anyone back. Little Diet was oddly calm but just lost the treasure he gave. At this moment, a red aura slowly emerged from Hui's head. This mistake definitely needs a response. He looked like a lost soul, eyes wide open, mouth muttering, useless trash. Then he took that strange thing and put it in his mouth, still needing boss to take action himself. The girl witnessed everything, panicked. Boss, if there's nothing else, I'll leave first. It's not over yet, little princess, you're slacking off. He pointed toward Hui's motionless body. Then Little Diet unleashed a terrifying magic, 7-kill refining corpse. Gradually, Hui's skin changed, his face turned ghostly white. Sharp teeth sprouted from his mouth as fast as a dragon's. He screamed in pain repeatedly, then suddenly went silent. Then he turned to the girl, saying, "Don't want." He quickly clawed at her, growling nonstop. Seeing this, she cried in fear, "Don't do that." Meanwhile, Hui lost his consciousness and decisively used his strength on her. On that hand, red smoke mixed with thick syrup kept dripping down. She lay motionless on the floor, fresh red syrup flowing out. Pale-faced, Hui kept repeating accusingly, "Eat, eat, eat." Then Little Diet quickly ordered, "Eat your fill, follow me to kidnap." Back on this side, both Angel and his wife were still focused on dual cultivation. Their faces close, feeling every subtle change in their bodies. Red blood cells gradually transformed, production rate increased significantly. Even lungs and kidneys were completely transformed. "Here's the pill, vitality, let's keep going. Not sure what you were thinking when you blushed after I said that. Keep going? Isn't it done already?" Angel sitting opposite explained. "The enemies behind aren't easy like normal people. We need to quickly open the minor meditation. Only then can you reach the chi cultivation stage. In dramas, chi cultivation takes years, right? How can it be instant? I don't know where he got this copper-colored metal piece and put it in front of his wife. Normal cultivation takes too long. But I've enlightened in the higher realm for tens of thousands of years, already understanding all laws. With this combined with dual cultivation, you can advance a stage overnight." She looked at it fearfully, pointing at the metal piece to avoid it. "Didn't you say this was a cursed object earlier? There are many cultivation methods to become a god, but for now, it's like a Taoist training hard day and night. Cultivation's essence is generating spirit, transforming chi, refining the soul. The basic spirit generation method is breath-holding meditation. The second is cultivating with a girl called dual cultivation without loss, and the great supplement method." Angel frowned slightly and explained the third method more clearly. The great supplement method is a common heretical way to quickly boost cultivation. In that, Mr. Sun exploited the assassin spirit possession technique, forcibly stimulating the assassin body, while storing the primordial essence generated inside. She thought it had such effects, and in an instant, her curiosity about the metal piece sparked. "So there's primordial essence inside, right?" The angel continued. "But this slicing tool was very crude and inefficient, like those made by the lowest tier evil cultivators before. Just one slicing was enough for them to reach the peak of chi refining, but for us, this is enough to surpass the chi refining stage." He furrowed his brows, urging, "We can't delay this. Only by rushing through can we protect Hon Hon." His wife perked up and asked excitedly, "Then let's start quickly. What should I do?" The angel put the metal piece in her mouth and bit down. He pulled the girl close and instructed, "Bite the pill into your mouth and follow my guidance." Understanding, his wife bit the copper-colored metal piece, which instantly emitted a red aura. The red aura condensed into 2 red orbs on their bodies. He explained, "This is the completion of the essence refining chi technique. The technique uses essence and dantian, nurtured by water and fire, triggering growth pain and activating 3 acupoints, Weiguan, Jiayi, and Yuzhen." The accumulating energy made the angel's wife uncomfortable, and she cried out, "My butt, it's so tight." The tension there made her lose control and drop a bomb right then and there. Embarrassed, she thought, so embarrassing, Noticing this, he reassured her, "Don't be scared. This is a sign of breakthrough in the 3 chi acupoints. There will be all kinds of pain. Just go with the flow. Once the cultivation is complete, combining our strength will quickly break through the 3 acupoints. I'll help you break through first." Suddenly, she seemed to sense something and opened her eyes. A red aura enveloped her whole body, as if her muscles and veins were heating up. The angel raised his hand and said, "You feel a warm flow running through your entire body." Sweating from the heat, her face flushed, thinking she'd achieved something few could. So this is success? The essence refining technique is this simple and fast? He smiled, slowly holding the pill piece. Though it looks simple, it's actually very hard to succeed. The angel explained that during cultivation, both must fully trust each other to proceed. At first, everyone is selfish and wary. Some have even killed each other over this technique. Truly, trusting someone from the heart is rare, and the technique can easily turn into a deadly duel. His wife, suspicious, asked, "So, You trusted me right after you descended to the mortal realm? The angel chuckled softly. In my consciousness, see. I keep all memories of you. My incarnation hurt you. But to me, you're a priceless treasure. She couldn't help but be moved. Without letting her rest, he bit the pill piece again. Next, it's your turn to help me break through. Meanwhile, a pair of small hands were busy playing with sand. It was Hon Hon, her light brown hair shining under the afternoon sun, making her face even cuter. Suddenly, big footsteps approached behind her. A dark chi-infused assassin was creeping closer to the girl. Switching back to the angel, the red spiritual force once again enveloped both of them. Suddenly, he sensed something off and furrowed his brows, looking outside. The angel whispered, "Enemies here." "What is that?" His wife, remembering their daughter outside, panicked and shouted, "Hon Hon." Seeing this, he wrapped his arm around her waist and instructed, "Hold tight, don't move." The angel crouched lower but reminded, "Focus on helping me break the seal, I'll handle the rest." He pulled her up with force and jumped toward their daughter. Over there, Hon Hon had already sensed the assassin's presence. Suddenly, it lunged, making the girl scream, "Ah, Mom!" Then a foot stomped the assassin back. It was the angel holding his wife, arriving just in time to protect their little girl. The girl ran to hug his leg. "Dad, there's a monster! Hon Hon's scared!" The assassin opposite, unfazed by the stomp, slowly stood up. The angel reassured his daughter, "Don't be scared. Stand behind me, close your eyes. Dad's got you." Suddenly, the assassin's body emitted a dense purple aura, as if being controlled. He frowned, thinking, "This is a trial? Someone's already made a move behind him." It charged at the angel with a roar. Expecting trouble, the angel effortlessly dodged with main character energy. He even countered with a punch to its chest, fully unleashing his potential, merging transformation and essence. The assassin chased as if about to tear him apart. But contrary to its fears, nothing happened, so it sneered with confidence. The angel frowned, thinking, "This is the twisted nature of the cultivation technique. No fear of death, no fear of pain." The demon struck while he didn't respond, and he realized it was the person behind who was fighting with the mindset of dying alongside the opponent. Its speed was insane, breaking free and grabbing the angel's arm. With momentum, the demon raised its other hand, claws slashing toward him. Probably all part of the angel's plan right on time, the jade acupoint at the back of the head. The young miss beside him saw he was about to get hit and shouted, "Watch out!" Suddenly, a golden aura burst from the angel's body, opening up. The demon was overwhelmed by that aura and struggled to resist, so he grabbed it tightly. The angel unleashed inner power, a devastating blow, heaven-crushing chi technique, cultivation realm. His eyes caught a few streaks of spiritual energy as he continued chanting the secret spell of the mysterious sect. The powerful aura flowed through the angel's arm, gently tearing apart the demon's body, young foot break kill, The spiritual energy was so intense it made the demon scream in agony. Exhausted, it collapsed to the ground. He turned to his wife, asking, "You okay? Are you hurt?" At that moment, little Hon Hon peeked out from behind a big pile of sand. "Mom, Dad, did you finish off the monster yet?" Both smiled and replied, "We won." Later, the young miss noticed the transformed guy lying flat on the ground and said, "Isn't that who? What happened to him?" She frowned, puzzled by his monstrous appearance, neither human nor ghost, barely recognizable. The angel beside her answered, "He was used as a cultivation tool." Hearing this, she covered her mouth, scared. "Is this like the zombies in TV shows?" He looked at the guy and explained, "Zombies aren't that easy to handle. This is just a puppet using a living soul to cultivate spirit and soul." After his explanation, loud applause suddenly echoed as if praising him for his insight. A man stepped in, clapping sharply, catching the attention of the angel and his wife. The young master praised, "Breaking a cultivation tool like that? Turns out you're from the mysterious sect too." The angel turned to his wife and Hon Hon. "You two head inside, be careful." She hugged Hon Hon and ran off under the young master's gaze. He watched her with interest, stroking his chin thoughtfully. "Didn't expect a low-level cultivator like you to have such a talented furnace. Truly a blessed treasure." The angel glanced at him and charged forward, catching the young master off guard. He unleashed a powerful strike, master realm, full force, ice mountain strike, The young master smirked wickedly as a blinding light blocked the attack. The angel quickly retreated as heavy footsteps slammed the ground. A gloomy-faced sword wielder lunged at him. He skillfully dodged the blade, then suddenly grabbed the sword's hilt and attacked with his other hand to disrupt. The sword wielder absorbed all his strength. The angel wiped sweat calmly. "Shadow Mountain calm star, what else you got?" The young master laughed. "You gotta risk it to beat the cultivation tool I made." Plus, there's a shadow calm trap. He arrogantly looked at the angel. You really think you can compete with me? He summoned more shadow calm traps to show the unbreakable gap between a mortal cultivator like him and the heir of a legendary bloodline. He declared, I have a dog under my command. If you obediently hand over your wife and daughter and kneel to lick my shoes. He thought, perfect cultivation. The young master extended his hand. I'll give you a chance to be that dog. A swarm of shadow calm traps surged toward the angel. The angel smirked mockingly as the trap suddenly froze mid-attack. The young master couldn't believe it when a hand grabbed his throat. His eyes bulged as a corpse tried to kill him. Panicked, he shouted, no way, you follow the path of Yang Qi, how can you cultivate with this? And yet, he still couldn't believe the cultivation tool was this strong. The angel stepped closer. This is the orthodox way of using cultivation tools, merging yin and yang with the body to boost movement and attack power. The yin aura from the cultivation tool's inner power intensified. The young master screamed wildly. You think that's enough to control me? You just lost your chance to be my dog, he thought. My whole body is a treasure. He bit his thumb, smeared blood on his forehead, and a strange 12-petal flower appeared. The young master was suddenly beaten brutally by the angel, writhing in pain and madness. Clutching his chest, he yelled, You're looking for death? He lifted his shirt to reveal a necklace. I'll kill you, kill you. Holding up a bell, he shouted, summon the yin spirit, obey the command. He continued chanting bizarre spells. The angel looked at him with confusion. He kept mumbling, demonic power. Annoyed, the angel punched him hard. He watched the guy lying battered on the ground, thinking, the magic vein is getting dumber by the day. He couldn't believe Teodirt was chanting a soul revival spell right in front of the enemy. He glanced toward the distant Qi cultivation area and smiled. Time to get to work. He knocked on the door gently. His soft voice echoed, don't be afraid, it's me. The angel smiled at his wife. It's all handled. She sighed in relief but was surprised by the scene before her. She looked curiously at the man with spiky hair approaching. A Thun, this is? Hon Hon clung tightly to the angel's wife's leg, scared. The beast is back. The man silently observed everyone. The angel squatted down, patting the little girl's head. Don't be scared. It's gentle. Tell it what to do, and it'll do just that. The little girl was thrilled. Really? He replied. Give it a try. Excited, she asked the man. Do you know how to shoot a heart? The man stayed silent, then made a cute heart shape with his hands. The girl clapped happily. So cool. Then do one more, planting a banana tree. The man started mimicking planting a banana tree as the girl cheered. Again. Again. A voice called out. All right. Hon Hon, come inside now. The angel's wife was surprised seeing Teodirt lying on the ground. A Thun. Why did you bring him in here? He calmly explained. In this era, Qi is scarce. Spiritual treasures are extinct. They're the last veins left of Sun. Many legacies are broken, but they've still gathered essence over the years. He stared at him thoughtfully. Judging by his appearance, he must be a specialist of this magic vein, having reached the perfect Qi cultivation stage, his body full of essence, able to help us quickly raise our realm. The angel glanced at his wife. Also, his whole body is full of treasures. Let's see if we can forge some powerful magic weapons to deal with other enemies and protect Hon Hon. Silence filled the house. Teodirt's hands were pinned behind him, eyes half open. He screamed wildly, Who the hell do you think I am? How dare you blind me? He kept cursing. You're just a low-level cultivator. Yet you dare mess with me in the southeast? He shouted. Believe it or not. The angel shoved a gag into his mouth. Shut up. He glared at the gag in disgust. He stared in shock at the Qi cultivator being used as a horse for Hon Hon to ride. The angel fixed his gaze on Teodirt. Let's go. Let's see if he has any treasures we can use. He grabbed the bell hanging around his neck. It shattered. The angel frowned. Why wear this seal? He explained. This is a magic seal used to make a contract with the 9 eternal demons. There are 2 types. Demon, bearing, and demon, marked. The powerful demon gods they can't control require a price to be subdued. He continued. But this demon-bearing seal is crudely made and can't withstand any powerful demonic artifacts. Teodirt angrily spat out. Nonsense. You clearly don't know quality. No wonder no one dares mess with me. This treasure's been passed down through generations of my family. He recounted. It's the wedding vow of the demon king who once wreaked havoc in the mortal world, guarded by my ancestors for centuries. Don't you know how terrifying my family is? The angel slapped him. He glared angrily. Who dares hit me? The angel slapped him again, annoyed. Shut your mouth. The angel handed the bell to his wife. Got rid of a fake demon king seal, he said. Teodirt glared as the angel took his stuff, collecting a temporary ancient gold necklace, a low-grade 9 eternal legacy. The angel pulled off his belt. His wife panicked. A thun, why are you taking off his pants? Teal'dirt's pants fell down. The angel examined the belt and retrieved a spiritual magic weapon, the belt itself. He then opened his coat and found a stack of Umsun talisman soldiers. The angel kept undressing him, revealing a vest underneath. He took a defensive magic weapon, a golden light charm underwear. He was puzzled. What is this? The angel's wife joined in. Never seen anything like it. He pulled a card from Teal'dirt's wallet, no magic power, but the craftsmanship was exquisite. His wife pondered. Looks like a bank card, but I've never seen this color before. Teal'dirt spoke up. This is a VIP black card, something lowlifes living in slums like you could never dream of. Unlimited swipes. He tried to persuade them. Just let me go, and this will be yours. The angel tossed the card away. This petty cash? Soon enough, tons of people will fight to bring us stuff like this. His wife exhaled angrily. The loot they took from him was scattered all over the floor. The angel's wife looked admiringly. Sure enough, his whole body is full of treasures. The angel crossed his arms. The quality's trash, but in this era, something's better than nothing. Teal'dirt looked at them with contempt, as a bug crawled out from the corner of his mouth. All right, now it's time to deal with the biggest treasure. His wife asked, confused. Biggest treasure? Where? He pointed straight at Teal'dirt. His chi peak cultivation essence was truly a massive boost for any cultivator. He explained that in this era of depleted chi aura, reaching chi peak at such a young age was no joke. He must have absorbed the essence from quite a few people. Teal'dirt panicked. What do you want? The angel glared at him coldly. You stole others' essence. Now you're getting revenge makes perfect sense, doesn't it? He threatened fiercely. You dare mess with my dad, my grandma, and the elders of our clan. Any one of us could crush you. You're blind if you don't know how terrifying our family is. He took another hit from the angel. The angel's wife couldn't believe it was really like before, where they had to be mouth to mouth to absorb essence. The angel smiled. No way I'd let him get that easy of a deal. He calmly explained that besides the usual absorption technique, there was also the essence seizing method he used. Masters who reach a certain level can even perform essence absorption directly from the target's body. The angel's wife excitedly shared her secret hobby. I know this. I've read martial arts novels before those essence-sucking moves. At first, she thought it was a bit cruel. But sucking from villains like that? She didn't feel bad at all. Teal'dirt's face swelled in silence. The angel glanced at her. Our realm is still far behind. We still need dual cultivation to get effects like essence absorption at this level. He spoke up. Let's get started. She blushed. Do we still have to do those weird poses? He grabbed her arms, but this time, no poses. The angel gently embraced his wife. The principle of the great essence absorption technique is simple. It's a strange phenomenon born when two cultivators clash, their chi shaking each other. He explained. Two chi streams collide and create a powerful vortex, causing strong suction at the acupoints, forcibly drawing essence from the target's body. The angel's wife said, Ah, I get it. Like cupping therapy? He answered. According to info my clone gathered about the current world, that's exactly it. He kissed her softly. Let's begin. They intertwined closely, like two fish swimming together. Essence absorption in full effect. He raised his hand toward Teal'dirt, then started seizing his essence while kissing her. In an instant, her body overflowed with essence. The angel transferred essence to his wife while encouraging her. Keep going. Absorbing more essence will shock your meridians. Follow my lead and guide the newly absorbed essence into our chi si. Elsewhere, at their family estate, hurried footsteps approached. A man ran in to report, Old Da, it's bad. Steward Trung panicked. Old Da, young Da's in trouble. Bao Khan frowned. Rude. We have guests here, how dare you be so disrespectful? But he smiled gently. It's okay, Steward Trung is usually cautious. If he's this rushed, something serious must be up. He looked at Steward Trung. What exactly happened to young Da? The steward stammered. Well, Bao Khan pressed. The master already asked, just be straight. Steward Trung bowed quickly. Yes, the larva of the ancient insect young Da carries has flown back. Turnan immediately asked his subordinates about young Da's whereabouts. He glanced at But Min, who smiled harmlessly. The steward continued. Young Da ran into some thugs who only sell innocent girls, abandoned his entourage, and tried to be a lone hero. But that thug turned out to be a low-level chi cultivator with evil intentions and schemes, and it seems young Da got trapped. The steward shut his eyes tight. Alive or dead, unknown. Bao Hang slammed the table. Damn it. He ordered, release the larva to guide us. But Ming suggested to Ngort. I've watched Teal'dirt grow up, he's polite, smart, and clever. Plus, the Tar family helped me big time this time. Han clasped his hands apologetically. I don't know how to repay you yet. but let me handle this on your behalf. Bao Han clasped his hands in thanks. Since the master has spoken, I won't be formal. My son asks for your help. Thank you in advance. Buttmin smiled. This can't wait. Please lead the way. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Teal'Deart was angrily tied to a chair, yelling non-stop. You damn bastards, I'm grown now, what did you do? How dare you ruin my foundation and steal my cultivation? The angel's wife stretched. So comfy. She said, I can hear the happy sounds of kids playing in the little park again. The angel explained. As the realm improves, the sensitivity of the spirit naturally increases. Little Dai stammered. You guys have. Both were radiating overwhelming power, cultivating peak chi. He glanced at him. Next, let's see what kind of loot the prey you released can bring us. He stuttered again, trembling. You? How do you know? He looked at him with contempt, using spirit bugs to deliver messages so arrogantly, and still daring to show off in front of me. I should have mixed 100 death seal talismans into those tens of thousands of spirit bugs to cover my tracks. Little Dai smirked, scolding him, saying he's useless. Is he an idiot? Those 1,000 death seal talismans are extremely precious and hard to cultivate. Only the clan could each carry a mother and 1 or 2 offspring. Yet he said he wanted to use tens of thousands of spirit bugs. Furious, the Heavenly Master said nothing and slapped him hard across the face, causing a loud crack. He turned his back and said to his wife, Let's prepare in advance. The Heavenly Master's wife asked, Prepare what? He touched the pile of talismans. The next enemy is probably at the peak stage, even though we both have cultivated peak chi. But facing a peak stage master is like a kid fighting an adult. Bare-handed, we'll definitely lose. Hearing this made her extremely anxious. So, what should we do? He glanced at her. Cultivation determines victory or defeat by realm, but fighting style differs. Realm, magical tools, and primal energy can all change the outcome. The Heavenly Master recalled the demon treasure. If a kid and an adult both wield weapons, even though the kid is weaker, there's still a chance. He continued. If the kid's weapon is a gun from this era, then it's a 50-over-50 fight. But if, the Heavenly Master's wife suddenly realized, if the kid has way more weapons than the adult, then victory is guaranteed, right? He held up the newly stolen bell. Exactly. These magical tools work against cultivators of the same era, but against peak stage opponents, they're useless. He pondered, I'll upgrade these magical tools. The clear sky shone down on the houses as Steward Trunglin swiftly landed on the ground. He looked up. This is the place. Buttmin spoke. Let me check it out. He clasped his hands and unleashed his power, Buddhist divine arts. Suddenly, he opened his eyes, heavenly eye, piercing vision. He scanned far and wide, clearly observing. He saw the Heavenly Master and his wife eating noodles, 2 male and female cultivators at peak chi. He also saw Hon Hon cultivating chi, and a corrupted chi cultivator, definitely a heretic. Steward Chung asked Buttmin, Ah, how's our young master? Buttmin replied, Our young master is alive. But, he recalled Little Dai blinded on the chair. Chi weakened, not knowing what dark magic forcibly took the flag. At that moment, the Heavenly Master stared into the distance. Heavenly eye is fast. Buttmin suddenly stopped spying. Steward Chung bowed respectfully, hoping the great master would save our young master. Suddenly, Buttmin leapt elsewhere, leaving him stunned. He landed softly. The Heavenly Master frowned. Who are you? Buttmin silently evaluated him. Strange, this guy is only peak chi. But his spirit is so deep even I can't penetrate. He slowly stepped toward him. I am Buttmin, here to reclaim our young master. He clasped hands and bowed, hoping the chi cultivator would turn back. The Heavenly Master stayed calm, thinking, Asterisk, here we go with the Western cultist spiel about dropping the blade and becoming Buddha again? Asterisk, then he quickly responded. I see the Great Master as reasonable, so you haven't acted yet. But this young Master Tar wants to kidnap my daughter for dark cultivation and plan to kill us to silence witnesses. I just happen to have the ability to resist, or I'd be dead by now. Then the Heavenly Master gave a solid rebuttal, wondering how the Great Master would handle it. Hearing this, Steward Trung snapped. Lies. That guy Tama is a heretic, talking nonsense. Twisting facts. Your daughter is clearly safe. How dare you slander our young master like that? Then Buttmin made a ridiculous proposal. My little Dai has understood manners since childhood and respects others. But the master only relies on one-sided words. Plus, there's a dark cultivator in the house we've never seen. How can anyone believe that? Best to release the elder now. I follow the heavenly path of compassion, believing heaven rewards kindness. Just release the captive, abandon all cultivation, and surrender all dark energy. His face darkened like the bottom of a pot. Then I'll spare you a way out. But the Heavenly Master showed no fear at all. What a fool, unable to tell right from wrong, preaching kindness when speaking, morality when silent. Calmly, he raised his hand behind him and said, "You're in my hands now. If you dare act, I'll kill him and we'll go down together." At that moment, behind, the little brat was covered in talismans, a sharp iron knife pressed right against his neck. Yet, Butler Truong still tried to scold harshly. "You low-life scoundrels, the poor breed deceit. Our young master is of noble blood worth a fortune. Anyone who dares touch a single hair will pay with their life." Batman Tang clasped his hands, chanting Amitabha. But then he had no choice but to unleash his wrath. "Demonic servants. I'm capturing you all first, then we'll see." He stopped pretending and threatened loudly, "If anyone dares harm my little brat, I swear I'll wipe you out right here." The nun inside heard it loud and clear. The next move shocked the angel, eyes wide. Batman decisively grabbed his neck, but the angel just smirked slightly. His face was emotionless, focused solely on that hand. Everything was set. "No doubt, this guy has some twisted conditions. You won't kill me outright, just want to capture me as a bargaining chip. This time, I'm untouchable." Batman arrogantly spoke again. "Surely, young master knows the power gap between this lowly monk and you, forcing me to act." But before he could finish, Kui Tuong lunged with a sword strike at Batman. Luckily, his agility let him dodge in time. After witnessing that, Butler Truong pointed, amazed. "You know how to summon shadow soldiers? No, this is a higher rank." A fierce killing aura engulfed Kui Tuong's entire body. Still, Batman showed no fear. "Young master really has some skill. No wonder my little brat's cultivation got caught in your trap, but facing a few Kui Tuongs in front of LeFou's men still isn't enough." Two Kui Tuongs charged forward without hesitation. Then a halo formed a protective circle around Batman, the golden insect pearl. The remaining Kui Tuong dashed in like lightning, swinging his sword, but unlucky for him, Batman was shielded by the halo. Inside, as long as no spells were cast, Amitabha. Suddenly, Batman unleashed a dark spell to save you all. Great mercy from a great man. Butler Truong stood behind, unable to hold back laughter. These average Kui Tuongs dared challenge a Grand Master at the core breakthrough stage? They clearly don't know their limits. Then suddenly, something shot toward him at high speed, catching him off guard. Batman instinctively caught it. But a red aura quickly spread, making him alarmed. From inside the spinning object, a clawed hand suddenly reached out. That hand grabbed Batman's neck with force. Butler Truong's face showed shock. Meanwhile, the angel calmly watched the upcoming show, thinking the earlier Kui Tuong was just stalling to buy time for this moment. Unexpectedly, this was a Kui King with terrifying power. Batman struggled to breathe. This is the Kui King. Even Butler Truong was stunned. "Isn't this the Kui King our Ta family has served for 100 years? How could you withstand it?" The angel said calmly, "Heaven, earth, man, God, Kui, 5 immortals. If you want them to work for you, you must chain them with desire, bait them with what they crave. This principle never changes." The Kui King glanced coldly at him. Butler Truong's face was full of shock, watching intently. Why did it turn out like this? Batman was clearly much stronger, so why was he so easily controlled? Batman's face went pale as the Kui King squeezed his neck without drawing blood. He thought, "From the start, he baited me to capture, not kill. Then used shadow soldiers to force my hand. When I couldn't dodge, he let the Kui King strike my weak spot. Otherwise, this Kui King would only be an equal match for me. This whole setup, step by step, is tightly planned. This guy's young but cunning and unpredictable, truly terrifying." The angel smiled mysteriously, calmly observing. Batman coughed up blood, sweat pouring down. Suddenly, the Kui King plunged his hand into Batman's belly. Batman was stunned, glancing nervously at him. The Kui King pulled out a sparkling green gem. He grinned proudly. The treasure of the luck-changing technique, a fine prize. Just as he raised it to his mouth, a voice stopped him. "Don't eat that, I'm keeping it." The Kui King glanced over, confused, then shrugged. He released Batman and, like a gust of wind, moved toward the angel. Placing a hand on his shoulder, his gaze sharpened. Kui Vung said in a deep tone, "What you offered me is only enough for me to make one move. If it weren't for that, just for daring to harm the Tar family's descendants, I would have swallowed you and your family whole by now. And you still have the nerve to order me to hand over the spoils?" "Yes," the high-ranking deity replied. "I'm giving you the Huyen Hua Dung technique to help you break through the Kui Vung mid-stage realm. You should know I can grant you much more." Kui Vung wasn't satisfied, clearly annoyed. Across Thunchou, fewer than 100 cultivators at the Truco stage have access to such rare elixirs. Plus, the Kui Tu technique you gave me within a year. I'll definitely break through and become a Kui Vung high grade. Kui Vung retracted his hand, his voice icy. What else could be more valuable than this? He lightly pushed Kui Vung's hand away. Tianthun smiled mysteriously. For example, a technique to help you break through to the next realm from Kuivung to Kuiton. Kuivung was shocked. Couldn't believe his ears. No way, that technique was lost 1,000 years ago. How do you have it? Tianthun calmly looked at him. Once I finish dealing with these two, I'll send you the message. Whether it's true or not, you decide for yourself. Kuivung was half convinced. Silent. Behind them, Stuart Chung was struggling to help but Min up. Kuivung had made up his mind. He tossed a glowing green jade to Tianthun. Tianthun eyed the sparkling jade, already calculating. Kuivung warned him. If what you say is fake, I won't spare you. Then he vanished with a spell. Tianthun's face showed satisfaction. Cultivators these days are so arrogant and full of themselves. I'll give you the best demon cultivation technique. Train hard, and the day you graduate will be the day you become my demon servant. He clenched his fist, and the smoke dissipated into the air. Tianthun shoved his hands into his pockets arrogantly. Tell your master, if he wants this cursed kid back, he better offer something equally valuable to trade. Steward Chung spoke seriously. At least name a price so I can report back clearly. Tianthun looked at them with disdain. You think he's worth whatever you're willing to pay? Get lost. Steward Chung stammered a warning. You're really something. The whole market will hear this word for word. But you've pissed off two big powers, the Tar family in the southwest and the Lianhua sect. Watch out. You might end up burning yourself playing with fire. Tianthun silently watched them leave, then turned coldly. Entering the house, his wife and daughter ran up happily calling out. Hubby daddy, Hon Hon beamed, eyeing the jade in his hand. Hey dad, what's this treasure? It's so pretty, looks fun to play with. Tianthun looked at the girl fondly. This is a Trukko treasure pill refined by a mid-stage Trukko cultivator in their Dantian. Tealdirt's face flushed red with rage. He couldn't believe it, no way. How did you beat Grandmaster But Min? He's the elder of the Furk Ma Hall in Lianhua Sect, a mid-stage Trukko cultivator. Tianthun said nothing, lightly waved his hand, and Tealdirt turned away as if doused with cold water. Tianthun's face was calm, as he swung his hand fiercely, smoke rising from his palm, unleashing a qi refining technique. His wife blushed, hesitantly asking, Is this the time to finish cultivation? Tianthun turned and gently praised her. You're getting better and better. His wife shyly mumbled, Well, no, but it does feel really good. Suddenly, she remembered something, quietly calming herself. Flustered, she said, I'm serious. I really want to learn from you, and I'm genuinely praising you. He smiled brightly. I'm seriously praising you too. Hon Hon tugged at her. Mom, why is your face so red? His wife sat down gently, speaking to the girl. All right, baby, it's late, time for bed. She carried Hon Hon back to the room, blushing. Mom and Dad still have to work overtime to improve. The girl asked innocently with sparkling eyes, Does Mom feel good getting better? His wife's cheeks flushed deeper. She turned away to avoid Hon Hon's gaze, answering, no. She laid Hon Hon on the bed and explained, No, it's so Mom and Dad can get stronger to protect you, so no bad guys can take you away. Hon Hon nodded. Okay, Mom and Dad, keep getting better and protect me. The girl lay down obediently, pulled the blanket over herself, closed her eyes. I'm asleep now. Promise I won't peek. Tianthun's wife exhaled deeply, sweat soaking her forehead. After a while, in the small room, a sweet voice rang out, Here I am. Tianthun's wife knelt on the floor, glancing back. This dual cultivation pose is pretty weird, huh? The angel lay beneath her, voice calm. This technique is to unlock a divine ability called the *** painless gate *** before breakthrough. His eyes fixed on her ample backside. The angel's wife looked puzzled. Isn't there already some kind of protective elixir? Like before, just absorbing it should be enough, right? He stayed still, explaining that from qi cultivation to breakthrough, the qi in the meridians must condense into a protective elixir. His hand rested on her backside as he explained. Right now, both our qi are full. According to the usual breakthrough process, you need over 10 years of intense physical training and muscle strengthening to withstand the internal qi pressure. The angel gave an example. If the body isn't strong enough, it's like a balloon. He imagined a balloon pumped full of air. Too much pressure would burst all the meridians inside. The angel sighed. That brat from the Tar family in the Sun wasteland had reached the peak of qi cultivation. The goal was to completely steal his power using the San technique, bypassing physical training and forcing a breakthrough. The angel said determinedly. And this time, we'll dual cultivate to open the ** painless gate * divine ability, so any injury will instantly heal. His wife smiled brightly. I get it. So even if the balloon leaks, it can instantly recover and the meridians won't explode. That's what you mean, right? He kept staring. Exactly. This cultivation requires clearing all distractions. The angel clarified. When desire between us reaches its peak, the elixir produced inside will trigger part of the latent painless gate divine ability within us. She struggled to hold her position. Our bodies are really that miraculous? He frowned, his eyes piercing like he could see through everything. Like Miringok, if no one recognizes it, it's just rubble. Without a teacher, no one knows the true treasure lies within themselves. The angel poked her back with a finger, signaling to start. His wife couldn't help but let out a moan. She stretched out, enjoying it, then looked at him. The angel beneath looked surprised, cheeks flushed. He thought, what is this feeling? His feet trembled, unexpectedly stirring his great will. His wife closed her eyes, sweating profusely. Why does it feel this good? The angel clenched his teeth, unable to hold back. It was the first time using this method for breakthrough. He'd never felt such pleasure before. His wife looked satisfied. No way. This feels way better than our first dual cultivation. I'm about to lose it, he silently observed, then suddenly spoke right then. A glow appeared behind her, the elixir manifesting. The same mysterious glow appeared on him. He quickly absorbed it. Dual cultivation, unlocking the painless gate initial divine ability technique, the yin-yang Tao merging Bodhi fruit. His wife gasped, the glow on him immediately sucked into her mouth. Similarly, the glow behind her was sucked into the angel's mouth. To cultivate from this is immortality, the perfect treasure, a rare divine ability with minor mastery. Teodirn, dazzled on a distant chair, trembled watching their strange posture. His face dumbfounded. What are they doing? What's this painless gate divine ability? Never heard of it. The angel turned and accidentally saw something. Chup 19, Buttman lay weak on a bed, gaunt with dark circles. That kid was still young. With deep scheming, extremely profound. The monk who'd spent years exorcising demons had never met someone with such inscrutable intent. Bao Khan anxiously asked, Master, do you know which lineage his technique comes from? Teodirn's mother burst in angrily, shouting, Bao Khan, where's my precious son? She threatened fiercely. Who dares kidnap my precious son? Bao Khan turned irritably to her. Master Buttmin was badly injured saving the boy. Don't cause a scene here. He stood, voice low and steady. Talk outside. A ugly vase was slammed to the ground. Teodirn's mother pointed at him. Bao Khan, you useless old man, can't even handle a low-rank cultivator. You let my son suffer unprecedented humiliation. You're the head of the Demon King Sect, and you're this useless? Bao Khan snapped. Why are you yelling? Isn't it because you spoiled him too much? Teodirn's mother was speechless, glaring. Bao Khan exploded, yelling in her face, hot-tempered and reckless, letting some nobody plot against them and even threaten the sect's head. Teodirn's mother argued back, rambling. Our son carries the legacy of both Lusan and the Demon King Sect, noble status, extraordinary talent. As long as he cultivates diligently and progresses daily, what else matters? With 2 Tar families paving the way, he'll surely rise to high rank and legendary fame. She frowned, scolding. Those commoners aren't even worth a snake's tail, unworthy to lick his feet. A lowly worm from the wasteland dares to mess with him. Little Diane's mom turned around and boldly declared, I'm going to rescue my precious son myself. Bao Khan clenched his fists and warned her, don't act rashly. That kid is insanely cunning, even Master Bat Min fell into his trap. The two are evenly matched. What can you do there? Wait for me to plan everything perfectly before making a move. I guarantee we'll save the kid, and make that brat pay with his soul. Bao Khan's mom shot back. If it weren't for future matters, do you think the eldest daughter of the Tran family would marry you? Listen, I won't wait a second longer. I'll bring that thing with me, let's see if he has the guts to survive the next trial. Bao Khan's eyes widened in surprise. Was that the dowry she brought when she married in? He sat up and said, Fine. Bao Khan decided, since he offended the eldest daughter of Lushan, that Brat's whole family on Hong Bridge better die fast and clean. I'll head south to Master Bat Min, and maintain ties with the Lotus Sect. The son's situation is on you. Little Diane's mom coldly eyed him. All you care about is social niceties, still stuck at peak bamboo flag stage. The family legacy will end without your son sooner or later. She strutted off arrogantly, sneering, useless without pills. Bao Khan gritted his teeth, eyes burning with anger. *I. Little Diane's mom approached a red door. She gently pushed it open. Inside was pitch-black darkness. She stepped in deeper into the vast, cold room. Shaking a small bell, a blue light slowly enveloped it. She ordered, Follow me. Suddenly, a noise came from inside the coffin. A massive force blasted the coffin lid off. Little Diane's mom smirked confidently, her plan already set in her mind. Inside the cold, yin-filled coffin, a pair of eyes slowly opened, scanning the surroundings. Scene shifts to the small house of Tianthan. Tianthan's wife stretched and asked, "Did it work?" Where did Tianthan pull out that sharp knife to press against his bicep? The fresh cut had miraculously healed back to normal. His wife marveled, "That's incredible. Is this the impermanent divine art?" He softly said, "This is just the basic effect of the art. The enemy's probably coming soon. We need to prepare thoroughly. Take off your shirt." She blushed, surprised. "Huh? Wait, aren't we about to get serious?" Tianthan's wife grinned smugly. "You can only get serious after you take it off. Hurry up." She pointed at little Diane, who was blinded and tied to a chair. "Cover his ears and eyes first." He snarled, "Hey, you rotten woman, have I never had a woman before?" He sneered, mocking her. "You think your little tricks impress me?" Tianthan's wife glared angrily and silenced him. A large hand came from behind and slammed his head. She pointed at the man who just knocked out little Diane. "You, turn away too. Only Thien then gets to watch." Unlucky for her, Tianthan's wife smiled and slipped off her outer shirt, revealing her smooth, fair skin. She arched her body slightly and rolled up her sleeves. Her curves were every woman's dream. Tianthan's eyes locked on her hot body. She shyly avoided his gaze. Time skip. Later, laughter and cheerful chatter filled Tianthan's small house. He raised his hand, cheering. "Look closely." His hand suddenly burst into a small flame. He watched it with delight. "Ah, Dad, is this magic?" He explained to the little girl. "This is basic fire magic that a key-stage cultivator can use. By channeling qi through different meridians, you can create various energy effects." Thien then continued. "For example, moving qi like this is basic water condensation magic." The flame vanished, replaced by flowing blue energy. He clarified to the girl, "By lowering the temperature in your palm, you condense moisture in the air into water." Thien Than added, "It can even freeze into ice. Now my hand holds sparkling ice blocks." Hon Hon was fascinated by the magic. "Dad, are you making popsicles? Can I eat them?" Without hesitation, he popped the ice into her small mouth. Hon Hon gasped. "So cold, but so good." She hugged his arm excitedly. "I want to learn too, so I can make lots of popsicles later." Thien Than indulged her. "No problem." He gently patted her head. "Soon, once I gather all the ingredients, I'll brew cultivation pills for you." Hon Hon cheered. "Awesome. Then we can make all kinds of delicious treats." He laughed out loud at her cuteness. Suddenly, a mysterious blue light shot toward little Diane. Thien Than's wife, washing dishes, turned sharply as if sensing something. She paled and shouted, "Thien Than, look!" Little Diane laughed arrogantly. "My mom's here." Thien Than frowned, watching him. Little Diane was engulfed in blue light, threatening. "You're done for." Thien Than's wife yelled, "Grab him, quick!" Just as the burly man behind lunged at him, it was already too late. The blue light had engulfed Teodir. He smirked arrogantly. The moment the man landed where he was, Teodir mysteriously vanished, leaving only the blue glow on the floor. He retreated toward the main gate. The Thien Thun family watched silently, and he guessed this was the 5-collapse transfer technique. Suddenly, a woman's angry voice rang outside the gate, cursing the filthy beasts who dared ruin the ship's foundation. Teodir's mother kicked the door open and shouted, "Even if I tear you to pieces, it won't erase the grudge in my heart." Teodir called out from behind, "Mom, don't kill them, they might know some lost, legendary techniques." He was utterly cruel, capturing them all to turn into slaves, torturing them for eternity. Thien Thon said nothing, just gave a cold laugh. Teodir's mother stepped in, her tone dripping with sarcasm. "These lowlifes don't know the heavens and earth. They got lucky stepping onto the cultivation path but don't know how to bow their heads, daring to provoke the Fat March clan." She shook a bronze bell in her hand, smirking. "My son wants to make sure you suffer worse than death. I've got 100 ways, and each one you'll taste." No sooner had she spoken than a strange figure lunged before her. Recognizing it, he frowned. It was the century-old Huk Hung Vung. The beast was pitch black, its fur as dark as ink, ready to attack. She shook the bell again, ordering, "Break every limb, skin them alive, rip out their tendons." Teodir's mother rattled the bell fiercely. Huk Hung Vung clenched its teeth and exhaled mysterious blue smoke. In a blink, it teleported. Thien Thun stared wide-eyed. The beast's hand was pressed right against his chest. Quick as ever, Thien Thun struck it away, sending Huk Hung Vung flying. He couldn't help but think, that was way too fast. Without missing a beat, Huk Hung Vung crossed its arms and closed in for another attack. It swung its sharp claws diagonally at him, but Thien Thun jumped just in time to dodge. The beast's sharp eyes locked onto him. Thien Thun dodged again, stepping back. his hand touching his wrist. Looking at the black smoke on his nails, he thought, asterisk, good thing I mastered the painless divine skill. Even at full power, it's just enough to survive against this Hakung. Asterisk Teodirt's mother looked at him with disdain, scoffing. Asterisk thought he was something special, but he's just making me waste my dowry. Asterisk. She turned to scold Teodirt beside her. Since you were a kid, I fed you countless spirit pills, soaked barrels of precious medicine, and nurtured you with the best furnaces. How could you lose to some weird elixir like this? He argued suspiciously. Mom, don't underestimate him. This guy's slippery as an eel. Both I and Elder Butt Min got played by him. Plus, he's cultivating some bizarre divine skill I've never heard of. Teodirт pointed at Thien Thun. Mom, look, there's a long, mysterious black mark on his neck. She frowned, saying, Indeed, this isn't magic but divine skill. Just a blessing. Yet it's this effective? Teodirт whispered softly in her ear. Mom, while he was dealing with Huck Vung, he had his wife and kid restrained, so he wouldn't dare act rashly. Teodirt's mother smiled smugly, praising. Smart move. Without hesitation, she charged toward Thien Thun's wife and Hon Hon, her face full of arrogance. Suddenly a tall, burly man rushed in. Teodirt's mother glanced over, and the man froze instantly. She put one hand on her hip, shaking the bell with the other. Some petty seduction trick, daring to act tough in front of Lusan's sect. Thien Thun's wife eyed her warily. Don't come any closer, or you'll regret it. Teodirt's mother arrogantly stepped forward, mocking, useless trash. If this girl wasn't somewhat valuable to my son, I'd have... Before she could finish, the woman raised her hand, gathering mysterious power. A huge flame burst from Thien Thun's wife's palm, engulfing her. Teodirt behind shouted anxiously, Mom, Thien Thun is still busy dealing with Huck Kung Vung over here. He smiled proudly, noticing her attack wasn't fully unleashed yet. A hand reached out from the red smoke, but Teodirt's mother remained unharmed. Her face darkened. She exploded with rage, gritting her teeth. You dare. Thien Thun's wife squeezed her eyes shut and launched the next move, the mysterious light technique. The bright light from her hand blinded Teodirt's mother, who couldn't help but wonder, what is this? Using both hands, Thien Thun's wife unleashed a flurry of combined attacks. Minor lightning technique, wind rings, mysterious ice art, fish spear pressure points. Though she didn't really know the points, she just stabbed blindly. A massive explosion erupted, black smoke billowing everywhere. She shouted fiercely, her eyes burning with determination to protect Hon Hon and herself. Fire protection, lightning art, wind rings, mysterious ice art, fish spear pressure points. She poured all her strength into it, repeating again. Fire protection, lightning art, wind rings, mysterious ice art, fish, spear pressure points. Hon Hon peeked out from under her feet. Ah! The bronze bell slipped from Teodirt's mother's hand, crashing hard to the floor. She lay motionless, her body covered in acupuncture needles, pale all over, eyes rolled back unconscious. That really shook me. He's seriously that big? How can she keep casting spells non-stop without needing to recover her chi?